Hi students, myself Tanmay Datto, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, JS College of Engineering. Welcome you all in my first lecture of stereochemistry. Stereochemistry is included in the module 3 of the chemistry syllabus. And chemistry is included in the first year BTech course. The code for the chemistry is either CH101 or CH201. Today we will discuss about the very basic concept of the stereochemistry. Like starting from the isomer, this is very important, Okay, so first of all you have to know the isomer concept of the isomer. There are different kinds of isomers. We'll discuss about in that how we can define, how we can classify the isomers with their examples. Okay, with their examples are there. Okay, then we'll move to the stereoisomer. Okay, there are different types of stereoisomers are there. Okay, so first of all you have to know all these things, then we can move to the next topic. Okay, so without further delay, let's start the class. Okay, so first of all, what is the stereochemistry, or what is the requirement of stereochemistry? So look here that stereochemistry, look here, this is the that stereochemistry is the, in here we'll discuss about what I told you, that isomers are different compounds with same molecular formula. Okay, so this is the main point of the stereochemistry, that we have to see the in the 3D figure of the compounds, but there are different types of projection are there by which we can consider the compounds. Okay, so these become very much important. So two major classification of the isomers are constitutional isomer and the stereoisomer. Okay, so first of all, what is the constitutional isomer and what is the stereoisomer? Okay, so if you consider the constitutional, or more specifically structural isomer, this is also called the structural isomer, then you can consider here that in case of constitutional isomer that have different IUPAC name, IUPAC name or IUPAC name, different name. Because why different names are there? Because due to different connectivity of the different groups, or more specifically functional groups. Okay, so if you think about the constitutional isomer, there are different IUPAC names or IUPAC names, the same or different functional groups are there, different physical properties are there, and different chemical properties also have for this constitutional isomer. So this is the major classification of the isomer. First one is the constitutional or structural isomer, and second one is the obviously stereoisomer. Okay, second one is the stereoisomer. Now stereoisomer differ only in the way of the atoms are oriented in space. Okay, this is very much important word here, because what we are discussing in the stereochemistry, so you will find out that all the things we are discussing based on the space, because the molecules we have to see in the space, that how they are oriented in the space, how their directions are there, that all the things we have to consider in the stereochemistry. They have identical IUPAC name. This is the difference between the constitutional isomer and the stereoisomer, that in case of stereoisomer they have the identical IUPAC name, IUPAC name, except cis or trans like this, but they always have their same functional groups. Okay, so they have the, or like not not like the constitutional isomer, that it may vary, but in case of stereoisomer they always have the same functional groups. Okay, this also you have to keep in mind. Okay, so what is the configuration? What I am telling you, that configuration. So what is the configuration? So configuration means, look here, a particular three-dimensional arrangement is called the configuration. Look, you have to keep in mind the word configuration, because this is very important throughout the chapter. Okay, repeatedly I will tell you that configuration word. Okay, so what is the meaning of the word configuration? Configuration means it is the three-dimensional arrangement of the molecule. Okay, is called actually particular configuration. Okay, so now Stereoisomer, normally stereoisomer differ in the configuration, obviously, okay, because their arrangement will be different, because in this case, in case of stereoisomer, there is you can't find any different kind of connectivity or different kinds of functional groups are there, but you only find out their different arrangements are there in the configuration. Okay, so I will show you the basic comparison between the look here, that this is the basic comparison between the constitutional isomer and the stereoisomer. So if you find out the basic difference, look here, that their constitutional isomers are there. There are two compounds. These two compounds are the same formula. Okay, these two compounds are same molecular formula. Okay, but they differ in their connectivity. Okay, so both the compounds have the same formula. Like isomer means obviously they would be the same formula. There is no doubt about this. Either if you consider the stereoisomer, if you consider the constitutional isomer, no question arises from this point of view that there will be difference of the molecular formula. But you have to keep in mind that in case of constitutional isomer, look here, that here it is a 2-methyl pentane. Okay, that means methyl group is attached in the 2 position. If you know in according to the IUPAC nomenclature, then you can find out, if you find out 1, 2, then here it will be 2 in the 2 position. The methyl group is attached here. But in the next one, look here, it is the 3 position. Okay, it is not the 2, it is a 3 position. Okay, so in the 3 position, methyl group is attached. So look there. How interesting that in case of constitutional isomer, you will find out that the difference in the position, okay, either it is 2 or the 3. So you have to find out this fact. Okay, so it may be 2 position or it may be 3 position. Depending on this fact, you have to find out that it will be the constitutional isomer. Okay, but if you consider the stereoisomer, look, there is no problem regarding the connectivity of the molecule. Okay, so connectivity are almost same. Look here, in both the cases connectivity are same, but what is the problem? Problem in the what I called the arrangement. What I told you, the arrangement. Okay, arrangement of the particular groups in the compound. Okay, so if you consider the arrangement, then look here, in case of arrangement, then you can find out that there one CH3 group is the upside. This thick line represent, you have to keep in mind in the stereochemistry that when we will show you this thick line like that, so this is the up direction, and if we represent in this way, there may be some kinds of dotted line that indicate the down. Okay, so you have to keep in mind these two facts, either up or down. Okay, so the thick line indicate the up position and the dotted line indicate obviously it is the down position. So look here that in this case this is the down position. Okay, so here it is in the down position. So look, there is a change of the, or there is a different arrangement of the elements or the groups in the 3D space or the space. Okay, so that's why there are different configuration for the stereoisomer. So you have to keep in mind, this is the first of all the very basic concept to enter into the stereochemistry, very basic concept, that what is the constitutional isomer and what is the stereoisomer. Okay, so you have to keep in mind properly that which maybe there may be such kind of question arise that either these two isomers are stereoisomer or these two isomers are constitutional isomer, then you have to write down the answer properly. Okay, so this is the classification of the isomer in broad sense. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that in case of constitutional isomer, mainly isomer is classified in the 2 ways. First one is the isomer can be classified. First one is the constitutional. Second one is the stereoisomer. Okay, so this is the main broad classification of the isomer. So first one constitutional, second one is the stereoisomer. So constitutional isomer I already discussed with you, that which is the constitutional isomer. There may be formula or same, but there may be change of their groups or the attachment of the group position. There may be different types of constitutional isomer also present depending on the functional group, depending on the position, depending on the chain length, etc. There are so many classifications, but I am not going to discuss about these facts because this is not included in the stereochemistry chapter. So it is a chapter of stereochemistry. That's why my focus is to discuss about the topics which are included in the stereochemistry. So but there are some kinds of classification also, types of constitutional isomer also present. Okay, so now come to the point that in case of stereoisomer, there are two types of stereoisomers that they are also present here. So if you consider the stereoisomer, so look here, the stereoisomer, there first of all, this is the configurational. Okay, so first one is the configurational, second one is the conformational. Conformational is also the different kinds of isomer. Okay, another types is the configurational. Configurational isomer is very much important. This is one is the geometric. Okay, geometric means it is mainly cis-trans type of classification available in case of configurational isomer. Another is the optical isomer. I will discuss all the things in details. Okay, so don't worry. So optical isomer means there must be some kinds of property of light also. From the name it is very much clear, I think, that what is the optical isomer. So optical isomer, again it is two types. First one is the enantiomer. So first one is the enantiomer, okay, and second one is the dash stereoisomer. Okay, so what is the enantiomer, what is the dash stereoisomer, that all the things are included in your syllabus, so don't worry, I will discuss all that things in details. Okay, but at a glance you have to keep in mind the overall classification of the isomer. Okay, such that you can understand properly, okay, this is the category of this isomer, this is the category of this isomer. So if you don't know about the classification of the isomer, then it will not be possible to understand properly in which category it is exactly included. So if you think about the first of all geometrical isomer, then geometrical isomer means the pi bond in the alkene does not permit rotation. All of you know very well, if it is the single bond, then there is a chance of the rotation, but if it is the double bond, there is not such kind of rotation is permissible, and double bond means obviously there is a contribution of the pi bond. So that's why it is written that it is not permissible for the rotation. Thus, all of the atoms attached directly to the alkene lie in a same plane. Okay, so all the atoms which are attached, they obviously say same plane. Okay, the groups attached to the alkene could be positioned on the same side of the alkene and opposite side of the, or on the opposite side of the alkene. That means this is the rotation is not permissible, simply if I tell you. So that's why in case of geometrical isomer, so look at the example. Okay, so then in these two examples, look here, this is the first example, that they both are the butene. Okay, both are the butene, but in one case it is written as the cis, another case it is written as the trans. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that in one carbon there are, if it is the double bond, then one carbon there, other than double bond, there are two groups are attached. Like in the first case, look here, so one group is the CH3, another group is the hydrogen. For both cases, one group is the CH3, another group is the hydrogen. So first of all you have to identify which have the priority or which have the same type. So first of all I will tell you on the basis of the cis trans, then I will tell you the priority order. So for both the carbons, one group is the common, okay, like CH3 here and here also CH3. So both the cases, the CH3 these groups are common actually. So if these are the common, then if the common groups are same site, then we call it is a cis. Okay, keep in mind, if the common groups are same site, then we call, this is the example of cis category. If the common groups are in opposite direction, then we call, this is the category of the trans. Okay, so you have to keep in mind the cis and the trans. If the common groups are same side, then it is called the same side, then it is called the cis isomer, then it is called the cis isomer. If it is the opposite side, then it is called the trans isomer. Okay, so trans isomer of the compounds are usually more stable than cis isomer. This is the common fact, that cis isomer, if this is a very big group, bulky group, then there may be a chance of the repulsion because they are in the same site. Cis means it is the same site, so obviously there will be a huge chance of the repulsion. But if it is the trans, they mean they are the opposite side, so there is no scope of such kind of repulsion. So obviously trans compound is the more stable. It is the most stable with respect to the cis compound. Okay, so you have to keep in mind this fact. Now come to the geometric isomer, cis trans isomer. Then in the cis trans isomer, then what happen if we can't find out the same types of groups, like what I told you, that cis and trans, these are depends on the either same groups are same site or same groups are opposite side. Then it is very much clear, then it will be the cis or trans. But if it happen like in the previous case, also in the previous example also, if there is not CH3, if there in place of CH3, if there it is exists that in place of CH3 there is C2H5. Okay, so here if C2H5 exists, then what happened? One is the CH3, then another is the C2H5. Then how we can give the proper way or identify proper way by which we can identify or we can understand, okay, this is the same side or this is the opposite side. For this purpose, there is another form or by which we can understand the same side or opposite side. Come to the point, the cis, if it is the cis isomer. If it is the cis isomer, then what happen, that have the same substituents on the same side of the double bond. Okay, that means it is the Z also. Okay, Z means together. Okay, so Z, and trans isomer means it is the opposite. Okay, so trans isomer means opposite. So Z and E, there are two different kinds of things are coming. That cis, just keep in mind, I will give you examples to understand properly, don't worry. But first of all, try to understand cis corresponding to Z and trans corresponding to E. These two things should be clear to you. Then I will tell you that what are the difference between cis and trans. If you consider the example, like if we draw the two structure like C double bond C. Okay, so here H, here H, here C2H5, and here CH3. Okay, then what will be the here cis trans is not applicable because there is no such kind of groups are available, like C2H5 and the CH3. The two groups are different. There are no same groups are present, so we can't give the name in this way, either cis or trans. So there we have to find out the priority. Why I give the tick mark on the C2H5 and CH3, not on the hydrogen or hydrogen? Can you tell me? First of all, or more specifically, if I tell you that suppose for example, if it is the if it become the C2H5, okay, then it will be more easier. Okay, so if it is the for example, if it is C3H C3H7, okay, if it is C3H7, then what happened? Okay, then it will more clear to understand. Just remove the hydrogen. Then what happened? Look here, you have to understand at first the priority order. Okay, priority order means that you have to understand the which group will get the first priority according to the atomic number. Okay, so how you can understand according to the atomic number? I'll show you that how you can understand that how you can check the priority order. Okay, so just look here that how you can check the priority order. So if you check the priority order, like here is the two groups are there. Okay, so here first C, okay, here first C, then if it is CH3, then here H, clear? But if it is not CH3, then what happened? H, then again CH, and H. So one is the C2H5, another is the CH3. It may be C3H7 also, no problem. Okay, So no question arises like this. But if I tell you that which group gets the first priority, that means which group priority will be high, so you have to check one by one atoms according to the atomic number. Okay, so first I will show you that how you can check. Okay, so first compare in between these two groups. First comes here carbon, so there are two groups are same, so cancel out, both are the carbon. Then come to the next group. So next is the hydrogen. Here also it is the hydrogen. So next is also cancel because both are the same. We can't differentiate between the, can't find out the order of the two groups. Then here the third condition, here it is the hydrogen. So here also same hydrogen. It also cancel out. No problem about this. But if we come to the fourth one, there is a most important one. Look here that if we give the hydrogen here, so here it compare with the carbon. Okay, I think understand, all of you understand very properly that fourth one is the hydrogen, but in the next case fourth one is the carbon. So which have the higher atomic number? Carbon, obviously. So it will get the first order, it will get the 1. If we compare in between these two, it will get the 2. Clear? So that means when we have to compare, if there is so many atoms are attached with this carbon, then you have to one by one atoms you have to check. I again repeat what you have to do. So first of all you have to check the carbon, this is the same, no problem. Then hydrogen, but when there you will get the some different molecule, different atoms, then you can differentiate at this point or at that point. Okay, so there you have to differentiate between this, and which have the higher atomic number, it will get the priority over other. So in the same process, if you compare these two, then C7H7, okay, this C7H7, it will get the priority. Okay, so if you compare the two groups of this carbon, it has the higher priority, it will be the 1, isn't it? It will be the 1, and another will be the. So if you have the groups of the same carbon, then what happen? Then if you compare this carbon, it will be 1. Okay, because in case of hydrogen and C2H5, then C2H5 will get the first priority, and if you get the another case, if you get the another carbon, then C7H7, it will get the first priority. Okay, so if I write down this again, then what will be the structure of the compound? Then I will write down in this way that C double bond C, here it is the 1, here it is the 1, then here H, and here C2H5. Okay, C2H5. So this 1 and 1, these two are in opposite side. So when they are in opposite side, we have to write down this is the E. What I told you, that C is corresponding to Z. That means if they are same side, they will be Z. If they are opposite side, they will be they will be E. Okay, so this is called another type of nomenclature, or another type of writing the configuration process, that it is the E and Z. So it is the EZ nomenclature. Okay, so EZ nomenclature only when applicable. When cis trans is not applicable, there only we can apply the EZ. Okay, because EZ corresponding to its priority, not from the same group. Okay, so if there is not such kind of any same group, then only we can apply the E and Z. So Z means you have to keep in mind that it is corresponding to actually cis. That means it is the same site. It is the same site. And E means it is the opposite side. Okay, it is the opposite side. It is the opposite side. So you have to keep in mind Z and E. Z means it is the same side, and E means it is the opposite side. And in this way, we can give the name of either E or Z. We can classify either E or Z. So this is the actually here what I told you, that E means it is the opposite, and Z means it is the same side. Okay, so Z means same side, and E means it is the opposite. So now there are some examples. Look here, this is the cis trans geometry. Okay, so it is the cis because all the same side groups are there. Here they are same side, so cis. And it is the trans, why trans? Because here Cl Cl, these are in opposite sides, so these are the trans example are there. And now what I told you that what I showed you that Z and E, how you can differentiate the different groups are present. So here the simple example, it is very simple because here no such kind of things you have to check, like either you have to break down all the atoms one by one, all the you have to break down the compounds, or you have to show the chain of the compound, then you have to compare each and every atom. This will be very much difficult, little bit difficult, but here it is more simple way. You can identify that here is the in this carbon, here Br and hydrogen, so obviously Br will get the priority of 1, but in the next carbon Cl and fluorine, so Cl will get the priority, so it is the 1. So look, 1 1 same side, so that's why it is the Z. But what is in the next case? In the next case, look here, it is the 1, it is the 1, and here it is the 1, so 1 1 opposite side, so that's why it is the example of the E. Okay, so in this way you have to keep in mind it is the geometric isomer. Okay, geometrical isomer you have to keep in mind. Geometrical isomer, either it is in the category of the cis trans or in the category of EZ. Okay, so there are two types of geometrical isomer possible, either cis trans or the EZ. Okay, so this is very very important, you have to keep in mind. So then this is the example that if one of the two carbon atoms of the double bond has two identical substituents, there are no cis trans isomer for that molecules. Okay, so this is the example, there are no cis trans molecule in this way, and that already I told you. Then this is the name of the geometrical isomer. There you can write down the geometrical isomer also. Look there, this is very long molecule, but if you carefully, if you see that why it is written in the trans, it is written in the trans because look, this side chain and this side chain, these are the main chain. Okay, their opposite direction, or this chlorine, okay, chlorine will be 1, not this chain, actually not this chain. Okay, because there are chlorine present, so this chlorine in the opposite side, that's why it is trans. And here look, in the another case, look there these long chains. Okay, so here it is cis because these long chains and these long chains, these two long chains are in the same direction, so that's why it is the category of the cis. Okay, so the cis trans classification is very very important, you have to identify. There may be some kinds of question that you have to understand, either it is cis or trans. Okay, so you have to see the priority order, then only you can understand either it is cis or in the category of the trans. This is the another example also. Okay, this is another example of the cis and trans. Okay, so look here, this is the category of the cis actually, and that is the category of the trans, because where it is, what is written that because it is the cis and trans, because what I told you, there is an important, very important fact you have to keep in mind from that example. Look here, that I told you, is there any similar group present in the compound, then it will be in the category of cis trans. Is there no similar compounds present, then it will be in the category of the EZ. So very very important this example. Look here, here it is the cis. Why it is cis? Because there are two similar groups CH3 present in the two carbon of the pi bond. Okay, two similar groups present, that's why it is higher priority, but will not consider it because two similar groups are present. Okay, so that's why it is categorized as the cis. Another way is two similar groups are present in the opposite direction, that's why it is categorized as the trans. So this is very very important, you have to keep in mind. Okay, so just don't do in this way, this is the higher priority and is the higher priority in this carbon. So this is the higher priority, this is the higher priority. So what we'll do, we'll just write down here, this is the E. Okay, so no, because there in the two carbon of the double bond, okay, either in the two carbon there is any group present which are similar with each other, any such kind of groups present, then obviously you have to consider it in the category of cis trans, not in the category of EZ. This is very very example, if very very important, if there is in the two carbon there no groups are similar, then we can write down the EZ category, we can consider the EZ category. Otherwise, if there is the any similar group present in the two carbon, you have to consider in the category of cis and trans. Okay. So this is another type of cis trans. It is in the category of up down. Okay, this is also you can consider. Okay, because here look, it is the cis. Why it is cis? Because cis it is the same side, but it is the opposite side. Okay, so that's why it is the trans, depending on the up down. In this way we can also write down the cis and trans. Here also same types of examples are present. Look here, it is a trans, but here it is also trans. Because why trans? Because here is the opposite direction. It is a cis. Because why cis? Because this is the same direction, so that's why it is the cis. Both are the lower, and another case it is the upper position also, so that's why. And this is in the category of the cis. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so now that's all for today's class, because from the next class we'll discuss about the so many things regarding the stereochemistry, optical activity, or the stereoisomer. Okay, so what we discussed today is the basic concept. Before going to enter in the part of the optical activity or the stereoisomer, you have to know all that things, because the basic concept of the geometrical isomer, cis trans isomer, or the classification of the isomers, that things, all these things all are very important. Okay, otherwise you will not understand clearly what will be the RS nomenclature, what will be the optical activity, or how we can get the diastereomer, enantiomer, etc., all these things. Okay, so that's all for today. You have to study properly, you have to read all the things properly, such that you can understand the detailed discussion about the stereoisomer in the next class. Thanks for watching. Meet with you in the next class with different topics. Thank you.